Hi there, it's Tuesday the 20th of July 2021. We're continuing this month to look at the one another scriptures in the New Testament. Those are the scriptures which call us to love one another, to accept one another, to encourage one another. And this week that's what we're focusing on, those scriptures which call us to encourage one another. And in particular this week we're asking the question, what are we to encourage people to do? And we're going to look at Jesus and how he encouraged his disciples. And the first thing that Jesus encouraged his disciples to do was to believe. And that's something which we can all do for each other. We can encourage each other to believe. Mark chapter 4 verse 35, that day when evening came, he said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Leaving the crowd behind, they took him along just as he was in the boat. And there were also other boats with him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." And then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Now the word encourage, as we were learning on Sunday, it doesn't just mean to say nice things to each other. It can mean to encourage, to exhort, to implore, to beseech, to tell. It literally means to come alongside somebody and speak to them. And really when we are called to encourage one another, we are trying to help each other to move further along the discipleship pathway to become closer to Jesus, to fulfill his will more and more in our lives. And that's what Jesus did actually when he said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" And actually he was encouraging his disciples at that point. Sometimes we have to encourage each other in ways that are quite stark, and we have to speak the truth in love, of course, as Jesus did, and we have to challenge each other. And this is what Jesus was doing. He was challenging his disciples to believe, to have faith that because Jesus was with them, even in the midst of a storm, they were going to be okay. And of course Jesus is with us. If we are believers, he is with us in our boats, in our lives, as we go through the storms of life. And so we can continue to believe. And we can encourage each other when each of us are facing storms in our lives. When we are maybe tempted to disbelieve, tempted to doubt, we can encourage each other and challenge each other even in saying, "Why don't you keep believing? Why not believe when you know that God has helped you in the past? You know that he's been with you in other circumstances of your life. So don't doubt, keep believing." So we can encourage one another to believe. Speak to you again tomorrow.